Here we go with another update. I wanted to kind of bring everybody up to speed with where I am since last Friday when I first received the diagnosis or not diagnosis, but the new protocol that we were going to switch to chemo. So that was on Friday afternoon. A lot to think about over the weekend, but we were just excited to kind of have a new path forward when it came towards treatment, in hopes that we get something to shrink this thing and basically knock it down and figure out if surgery was next steps, or basically do whatever it will take in order to get this thing treated. So pretty much patient through the weekend, patient through Monday. I had a scan for a CT on Tuesday, and the purpose of that scan was really just to make sure that the growth that we've seen over the last couple of weeks hadn't impacted the bone. That was for the surgeon, so they'd be able to see that and plan accordingly with when we do end up moving forward with surgery. But fairly quickly after the scan that afternoon on Tuesday, I got a call from my oncologist, who informed me that scan looked good, there's no issue with the tumor in the bone, and that she was actually, instead of waiting until November 11th for the treatment for chemo to start, she wanted to admit me to the hospital. Then we could do all the tests and everything that we need to do and get started with chemo much quicker. So that was Tuesday afternoon, and basically I was worried that I'd miss Halloween if I didn't get in, or if I got in Thursday or Friday, but then I didn't really want to wait a whole lot longer. So we were really hopeful that we could get in quick, and that prayer was answered very early on Wednesday. I basically woke up to my oncologist calling me again saying, we're not going to wait till Thursday, Friday, or early next week, but we were going to be admitted to the hospital that day. So that was yesterday, and I spoke with her before I had my meeting with the radiation oncologist to talk through the radiation plan, and she said continue with that appointment. So we headed down there to the office in La Jolla, and on the way back we contacted the scheduler just to see when a room might be ready, and they told us that it was ready at that time. So Sydney and I, we headed back home. The kids were in school, so it made it easy for us to kind of go home and just pack a bag. And the plan was to basically get back down to the hospital, get checked in, get settled, and then she would be able to go back home, pick up the kids, and then my sister was going to come down and spend the afternoon, evening with me, so I wasn't alone on my first night. So we got down here. On the way down, I called for the approval for insurance just to make sure we were good, and I got the approval over the phone. We got here and there were a couple of hiccups. I think I might have been a little bit of a diva because they told me here that we weren't approved. I thought I was approved through the insurance. It was all this back and forth, and we decided ultimately that we were just going to stay here because we had some appointments in place that if we left, we would lose those spots and lose a day or two or whatever it might be in order to get the chemotherapy started. So we stuck it out. My sister, Laura, and I, we were able to spend the evening here. Sydney came back down with the kids because I hadn't seen Finn. He was returning from camp, so they brought dinner down. We saw them briefly for an hour in the evening, and it was nice. It was great to spend some time with my sister. We both have 3 kids, so when we get them all together, there's not a whole lot of time to just kind of sit and talk, and it was just a nice evening. We even called up my brother, and it was just kind of a special moment, one of those things that you see the blessings in all of this in one simple conversation like that. We're able to just sort of take a step back, slow down, and just kind of focus on things that are important but get overlooked because of how busy life is. So that was really, really, really great for me and made me feel really good going into night 1. So we woke up this morning and I got to go by gurney and ambulance over to the radiation oncologist's office to do a mapping of the tumor. It basically helps them prepare for the radiation treatments that I'll have beginning somewhere around the 10th of November. And hit that appointment. It was real quick. They put all kinds of tape and everything all over this, and they do this like custom fit mask, which was a little bit of a task getting off, but again, it was only 15-20 minutes of through that appointment. But then we came back and we were waiting for the port to be installed, which is how they administer the chemo. It wasn't going to be until 1 o'clock. But we were grateful. As soon as we sat down in the chair, they said, hey, we've got an opportunity for an opening and we want to take you down right now. So we were able to go down and get the port installed. I actually just came back from it. And that procedure is fairly quick. It's only about an hour. It's just it's the way he describes it is they plant this thing in your chest and it's got this tube that goes up and then inserts into the jugular so that they can administer the drugs. When I heard him describe it, it gave me like the creeps of just the concept of having something be fed into my jugular. But in any case, at this point, I'm excited to be able to break the fast. I haven't been able to eat since last night in preparation for the port, and I'm eager to get chemo started this afternoon. Sydney's gonna come down again with the boys and Zoe, and I'll be able to spend some time with them before Laura will ultimately take them back up home. They're gonna have a big sleepover with their cousins, which I know they're very excited about. And then I get my overnight date down here on 3 North, so excited about that. But in any case, there were so many text messages yesterday from people that as we knew we were coming in, that it was so encouraging and supportive. It is emotional at times. I mean, when I think about the weight of it all, it has definitely been much more emotional since Friday, knowing that chemo is sort of what's coming up next. But it makes it a lot easier when I get all the well wishes and the prayers and the support from everybody that's been reaching out. So I just, again, want to say thank you so much. Thank you for the offering to help with rides or meals, whatever it might be. It just makes this whole process so much easier. And we continue, as I say, just one day at a time. We've got the peace of God giving us comfort, knowing that there's a plan and a purpose for all this. We don't know what it is, but we just take it one day at a time. So again, thank you everybody so much. Love you. Could not do this without everybody behind us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, love you. Talk to you soon.
Nice. Did you say a prayer? What'd you pray for?
Daddy's ear shrinks.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's a good prayer.